Yo, what's up y'all? This video is gonna be about this event right here, the boss event. This video is gonna be creating the cheapest team, or well, what I believe to be the cheapest team. So I do want to remind everybody that this guide is not fastest clear time. Let's get into it. Alright, so before we get into the teams, I want to first start by saying by cheap, I mean like easy to get. So not units like Igris or Rengoku, as they are percent drops and they are very rare. By cheap, I mean easy to evo. So units that come from the first update. So for example, this isn't going to be somebody on the team, but for example, somebody like Naruto, as you can see, 12 blues, 11 pinks, 2 rainbows, and only 30 greens. So in many of the guides that you guys are probably seeing online, you'll probably see the Tengen being recommended. However, Tengen is obviously very expensive. 15 purples, 15 yellows, 13 greens, or sorry, 13 blues, 40 greens, and then the cleavers. These are really hard to get to because you have to do a ton of raids to be able to buy one of these. And then of course your 3 rainbow essence, and then I already explained why we're not going to be using Igris or Rengoku. So with that aside, units I'm going to recommend you use are going to be Sunjin Woo is number 1. As you can see, he's decently cheap to evo, only 2 types of the color stone and 1 rainbow stone, and then 30 greens. And the second unit I'm going to recommend is Cha In, also pretty cheap, 2 rainbows, 30 greens, and then 2 types of color stone. So the units that I'll be using are going to be right here. So traits don't matter in the boss event if you guys don't know already, so just ignore these traits here. But I'm going to have Sunjin Woo, Cha In, Takaroda, Sprint Dragon, Alligator, and Haruka. So you can see the stats right here, not that good at all. Like range is Z plus, is probably the best one there. And then for my Cha In, her damage is Z. Really doesn't change a thing. Stats won't really matter, don't worry about it too much. And then yeah, obviously you have your 2 farm units, a good slow, the only slow in the game, and then the only damage buff in the game that you can get from level 30 in the battle pass. So with that aside, this is what I believe to be the cheapest team, and let's get into it. Alright, so I'm actually going to have this video in 2x speed in the background just to not waste everybody's time. This is going to take a while, so better just get this done quicker this way for you guys to watch also, not too long of a video. As you can see, I'm walking all the way back here, basically to the back of spawn, and I'm just farming right now. And yeah, I noticed this weird little visual bug, just had to go look at it. Don't worry too much about it, you just keep farming, farm as efficiently as you can. And yeah, you can see I'm just upgrading my spirit wagons, and I'm placing down my Takaroda. I recommend you upgrade your spirit wagon to around max level, or well until you have enough money to actually upgrade once your Takaroda, and then focus on maxing your sprint wagons, as that will be the quickest source of money, and then you can focus on Takaroda. So as you can see, I'm placing on this second little intersection, I want to say. I'm getting ready to place as the units are coming, and I'm going to place 3 Sunjin Woos like so, and then a Haruka right next to them for the damage buff and range buff, of course. And I'm just going to keep farming. Those 3 Sunjin Woos should be able to take care of everything very easily. Again, as you can see, my stats aren't very good, they're all A's, so don't worry about stats. Stats won't really matter unless you're aiming to clear runs very fast. Then stats might matter, like if you have a godly stat, then you'd obviously kill enemies faster. Right here I'm just making sure my spirit wagons are fully upgraded and then my Takaroda is actually maxed. And now that that's done, I'm now focusing on maxing my Sunjin Woo. So after your farms are all done, focus on maxing 1 Sunjin Woo, or yeah, I get to the rise ability and I pop it. Honestly, you don't have to pop it instantly. As you can see, because I popped it instantly, I only had like 5 mobs. You can wait a little bit and then pop it, but I do recommend you pop it at the start here to build up that 2.5% buff he gains from shadows killing an enemy. As you can see, Sunjin Woo just gained a ton of damage. So now that Sunjin Woo is maxed, we're going to focus on maxing all of our Cha Ins And here I'm placing all the alligators down for the slow. You can do that way earlier, don't worry. Honestly, this wasn't a very perfect run, so you don't have to follow this exactly. Like, don't worry about following this exactly at all. But essentially they're just placed down for slow, and I'm just going to continue maxing my chains one at a time. Now that crocodile in the back is not going to do much till I'd say wave 26-ish. At around that wave, enemies will probably be able to get back there, so then you can place your crocodile back there. But right now, honestly, I'd recommend you move it further up. I'm probably going to do that a little later. I'm pretty sure I did that a little later. I didn't really think about it. It was kind of just instinct to place it back there. And yeah, just continue upgrading your Chotins. Pretty self-explanatory. Waiting for this boss to die. Chotin is very, very good for this because of her passive. Obviously giving her that 100% dodge chance, and also I believe it is a 65% damage, not increase, but she just gets 65% of her damage done also with her next attack, I'm pretty sure. And here I popped the ability again just to make sure Sun Jin Woo is fully capped on his shadow passive, or his shadow, I can't remember the name, but it's a passive that gives him that 2.5% buff per takedown with the shadows that he summons. And last Chotin here, I'm just double checking that all my Chotins are indeed maxed. I'm going to finish this one up, and then after you finish this, oh perfect, here I move my alligator up, as you can see, because it's just not doing anything in the back. I'll probably move it back later, back there. Again, this was not a very perfect run, so I made a couple of mistakes, but I'll be sure to address that in this voiceover right now. Now that Chotin is maxed, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, moving on to the Sun Jin Woos, maxing them also one at a time. Wave 26 now. Enemies still aren't getting very far back, thankfully, so I'm not very worried at all. You know, just taking my time, slowly maxing on the units I have, and my DPS on the units aren't that high either. Obviously, I'm pretty sure my Sun Jin Woo caps out at 18.7k with all his passes stacked up, and Chotin is around 9.22 thousand. Now, I don't know if that's entirely true. Hopefully we will see that again in this recording here, but it should be very much around there. This boss should die with ease. You can spawn your shadows again to take care of this. I do recommend you do this. Just kill this boss faster. Doesn't really matter though. And I don't know if you guys saw that, but there's this weird bug, or I don't want to say bug, but there's this weird thing where when Igris does his little like shout stun, Sun Jin Woo's units, so his summons actually just phase right through him, and he just doesn't take any damage, which kind of sucks, but I mean, it's whatever. It's not like my summons have that much. So I'm wave 30 now. Sold my spirit wagons for the money, the extra money, just to upgrade my Sun Jin Woo if I can anymore. And honestly, right now I should be moving that crocodile that's all the way up there to the back. I do recommend you guys do this right now if you guys are in this point in the guide, just because the enemies do start to get back there, and that crocodile all the way up front isn't going to do too much. I'm pretty sure I upgrade my Sun Jin Woo here, and then you can also upgrade your crocodiles. I believe I do that too. And yeah, I'm popping the shadow skill again just to clear up the enemies. Getting kind of worried now because you know, the enemies are passing by, because I don't have the alligator in the back. And yeah, here I'm just saying that you can put it back there. That's why I hovered over that little spot. I wasn't too worried, but there it got kind of scary as they were entering out of the range. And then I place it back there to slow Igris. So we want to slow Igris as much as possible right now, because we want Sun Jin Woo's ability back up. Now this isn't required at all. I'm pretty sure you can beat it without his ability on this dude, so don't worry too much about that part, honestly. And now we're just waiting for the boss to die, and that's pretty much the whole guide. I mean, hopefully this helps you out a bunch. And here you go. We just popped the skill again. Easy peasy. This raid isn't that hard. Anybody can do it. And yeah, more things are phasing through the boss again. And the reason why Igris doesn't do his little run move at the end is just because he's already so far down in the lane. There you go, 15-11, decently fast clear time. And that's it for this guide. Hoping this guide helps you out a bunch, just like the last one about Paragon. If you guys do have other guides that you guys want to see, just leave a comment down below. Or if there's something unclear in this guide, leave a comment down below also, and I'll be sure to answer the instant I can. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Feel free to drop a like and a sub if you guys enjoyed or if this helped you, and yeah, have a good day.